Welcome to Storied Beaver Stadium in State College, Pennsylvania. We are in full-on stripe-out mode as the fans doing their part to try to distort the vision of the visitors. It's the USC Trojans and the Penn State Nittany Lions. Alongside David Pollock and Jesse Palmer, I am Reese Davis. Holly Rose down on the sidelines. We say hello to Holly.
Catching up with the Trojans head coach before the game, he knew all along that this new landscape in college football would be a challenge. That's why in the Big Ten, they were preparing all along for these West Coast teams to have to travel a long way. They've been putting some sports science research together to make sure their players have all of the information they need to perform at their best. We'll see if they can bring that to the field here today. Back to you guys.
Holly, thank you. Can't wait to see how this one unfolds. And the Trojans will kick off first, and here we go. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. On the run, it's Martin. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. It has been a rocky ride through Big Ten play so far, and they're running out of time to turn it around.
Yeah, and sometimes the Big Ten will do that to you, right? It's a competitive conference. There's a lot of competitive environments that you have to step into, and they haven't been great this season, let's be honest. But, Jesse, I'm more interested to see how they finish off the last part of this season because it's one thing to have expectations and to get down. It's another thing to quit.
Yeah, you just want to see how resilient they are too, David, because the coach, he's been saying the right things after taking all these losses at the podium after games. We got guys hurt. We've got young players. We're inexperienced. We're learning how to win. But, you know, you're running out of time for excuses. You've now got to turn the page. You've got to show up. You've got to put a complete game together and get it done. Just didn't seem like the quarterback and his intended target were on the same page there.
They'll need a bunch on second down. On play action. Buying time to his right. Trying to make magic with his feet. Works his way out to the 36-yard line before being pushed out of bounds.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future. The hardest thing to do in football is to play on the road. So you want to get those fans as quiet as possible. That is a great opening possession for this defense. Not giving up any big plays and forcing the fourth down.
The Nittany Lions decide to punt it away. Puts a boot to it. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week. Only called on twice. He gets a block. The speed, the shiftiness, the elusiveness, all on display in that sweet return there. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Hits inside. It's Jordan. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard.
What a great play by the linebacker. You talk about filling a hole. Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit out, sir.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Scanning the field, it's Mayava. Out wide right, it's Mosley. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Quickly out to the tight end. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. The Trojans send out the punt unit. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. trying to make one miss. Cover guys getting down to do their job, and they'll stop him at the 15. Penn State's offense comes onto the field ready to start the drive. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
The Nittany Lions have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Pulls it on the option. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down. Now on first down from the 28. Red pass hits complete. Could not make his way to the corner.
Ooh, and that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make a miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
Fake to the back, wants to throw it. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
Quickly to the tight end. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
Well, I know there's a lot of people out there thinking, hey, it's third down, you got to throw to the sticks here, but I like the call getting the drag. You get the catch, he advances it a little bit, doesn't quite pick it up, but now you've set up 4th and short, and you've got to think on offense, you've got to play somewhere that can go pick up this first down.
They're in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you square your prominent jawline and go straight ahead to get it. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
Yeah, I like it. I like the confidence of the coaches. When you're an offensive coach, you got to be aggressive nowadays. And going forward in your own territory, it used to be, no, you can't do that. Now, everybody's like, you know what? Analytically, that makes sense.
Lets it fly. And that play just never got started as he's run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. They've got a really good drive going, but a little speed bump here at 2nd and 13. Selling the fake. Rush right in his face. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out. But when things break down and they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
8th play of the drive coming. It'll be a 3rd and 6. Motion from the wide receiver. Moves the pocket. It's Beck. Got his man. Ripping through the defense. Now well within striking distance as that third down play gets him a first at the 29. And the Nittany Lions come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Fresh set of downs going up top. Oh, pressure's coming. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
2nd and long here. From the gun, it's Martin. He'll be stopped at the 16-yard line. It's enough for a first down in the red zone.
Well, the offense didn't have the result they wanted on that first drive, having to punt, but they're having a lot more success here on the second drive. They're having some balance, and they're getting a rhythm. I think a big part of that is their ability to run the football.
Snags it, and there's got enough space. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. Into the end zone for 6. They just took the air out of that anything, that might be an understatement. They took the ball away and just wore down, just grinded away at that defense.
It took a lot of time off the clock in the process as well. I'm impressed with the physicality up front of this offense, because that's where it all starts. If you're going to march the ball down the field like they just did, you've got to be dominating in the trenches, and they are doing that in this game right now.
Bringing it back. Here comes the Trojan offense ready to go on the attack. They went 3 and out on their first possession. Now to see if they can be more productive this time. Had nowhere to go, couldn't get it out of the end zone. He'll take the safety.
That is exactly what the defense was hoping for. Down close to the end zone, they bring the all-out blitz. They've got numbers, they've got people shooting gaps, and they didn't give the offense a second to even think. They were swarmed and surrounded getting that safety.
And the offense back on the field, ready to dial up ball plays. Caught in the backfield, it's Sauer. Makes the grab, and down immediately, he picks up a few.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rallying to the football?
They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. Looks as if he's going to run it. Turning it on. Got some room, headed to the goal line. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this, that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
We've reached a break, and Penn State is on top. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. They're working that left side. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Penn State! No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the USC offense to get this drive underway. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some first downs together. Get some good mojo going.
They'll try it over the left side. Breaks into the open. Pull down there, but they'll move the sticks, and it's a first down. Pick up the first down on the ground like that, and it would make Sam Bam Cunningham proud.
All right, I'm going to need a little education. Give me some context on Sam Bam Cunningham.
He was a great, powerful, hard-nosed running back for some of those great Trojan teams of John McKay. To the air, it's Mayava. Gets rid of it. Right side, it's Jordan. Stopped at the 47-yard line, a 10-yard gain, and they'll move the markers.
Well, this team found themselves in a hole really quickly. Good things need to start happening, and they got to happen now. There's a big play that the offense desperately needed. A big pitch and catch That's going to give him some confidence, that hope.
Caught, and he's got room. Smashes through the tackle. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22. They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Grab behind the line. It's Jordan. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
And the Trojans can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Quick give. He'll be forced out of bounds, and they're stubborn with this running game in the red zone.
Well, I love the job by the offensive line, getting a good push there on 2nd down, and you see guys bleeding into the 2nd level of the defense getting a hat-on-hat to go get that first.
The Trojans have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Looking to get it in. Touchdown, Southern Cal. Puts 6 on the board. Big-time touchdown there to get some much-needed momentum.
You got to find something, right? Who you going to go to make that big play to get you back into it? You're not back in it yet. It's not tied. You're not there yet, but you're starting to inch back into it and get some momentum going.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Nittany Lions will get things going as their offense heads out to the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. He found a hole, got about 5. He's down at the 21.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going. It's square.
He's loose down the middle. He's at the 40. At the 20. All the way. Touchdown, Penn State. What a game he's had. 3rd touchdown of this one and 5 on the season.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And he had the extra point to finish the drive. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he stopped right there. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They've fallen into a hole here, and they need to start fighting back right now on this drive. They'll guide him out of bounds down at the 25-yard line. What a great job they've done in Big Ten play up to this point, and you see them now feeling as if they can accomplish something big.
No doubt, Reese, and I think it's a great start to the season. Like, again, you have goals and you have midpoints to the season where you're at right now. This is where you wanted to be. You wanted to be in the mix in one of the best conferences in all of college football, and Jesse, they're doing that in the Big Ten.
Yeah, they've been able to handle the stage and handle the pressure. With every win, that makes the next game that much bigger, and they've shown up on big stages on national television, and they've been able to deliver. This game, though, is the biggest yet. If they keep on the pace they're at, they're going to be playing for a Big Ten championship.
They got him free for a big gainer to the 43.
Gain of 25 on the play. Good enough for a 1st down.
And the Trojans getting set on 1st and 10. Sets his feet. It's Mayava. Here comes the heat. There he goes. He goes out of bounds across the 25, mark it at the 24, and this defense, its head is spinning. Inside the 25, they'll snap it from the 24, first down. Press center downs going to the air. Rush is on. Unleashes one. Got him downfield. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. This defense might be reeling after those last two and now facing first and goal. In the red area, it's Jordan. Relentless, tough running, gets it down to the 4.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on second.
They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on second and goal. They'll keep it on the ground looking for the end zone. Nowhere to go on that one. He's going to lose 5.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on third down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on third down.
Now third and goal and tough yardage to cover here. From the gun, wants to pass. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
All right, nice job, defense. Backs against the wall. You did your job setting up fourth down. Just be careful, though, because this is a team that's shown they can fake field goals. Your guys have to be alert.
And that is no good. Looking for a little juice and energy with a field goal. You don't get it, guys, and you're still down by 16. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Looking downfield, it's Beck. It's picked off, and that's number 10. He can be dangerous with the ball in his hands, but no room to return that pick, and they'll go on offense from the 21. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Snap on first down, wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. Incomplete. Big fight for the ball, but it falls to the ground.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Second down, going to throw it. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
Strong safety blitzes can sometimes be hard to see coming from a quarterback standpoint because we're used to seeing the strong safeties insert themselves into the box, but you don't oftentimes see them blitz like that. That can be tricky to watch.
The decibel meter's about to explode. One of the great environments, wide out level noise. Looking deep. Intercepted deep in his own end. All down at the 18-yard line. A solid return after that interception. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Quarterback changing the play. They'll start on the ground with people.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
The Trojans decide to use their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Just missed on the connection, incomplete. Ton of ground to cover here on third and long. Looking downfield, it's Beck. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Oh, the big fella almost had the interception. Instead, it'll be fourth down.
And that was another ball thrown in harm's way. And this young man, he already has one interception. That was almost a second. Just playing a little bit loose with the football. Let's make sure we get that dialed in. We can't make those mistakes. Hard to win games when you make big mistakes.
The pursuit and coverage was there, and they swarm him under for no gain. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. The snap wants to start the drive with a pass. Back's got it on the screen. Oh, he's got some space. He stopped at the 32. It'll be a first down in the waning seconds of the half. The Trojans headed quickly to the line.
Every drive is obviously important, but now that you've dug yourself a hole, this offense, they need to score here. Like, before the half, they need to move this ball down the field. Nice job in the passing game. Got to put a few together. Need to get some points to cut into this lead right before the half.
Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
Here comes his home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Throws to the wideout. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Now on 4th down and 5, they'll try to move the chains. Snaps it, and he has to have it. Fires to the tight end. And it's caught, and he is stopped short. You have to get past the marker on that route. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. They'll run for it. It's Peoples. Short gain on that run as the clock winds down here late in the half. As we close in on halftime, a timeout is taken here. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Looking to throw, it's Beck. Unloads to the wideout. Just a Barishnikov-like move on the sideline to tap that toe and get the first down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Wants to throw one first. Look out! The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country.
Guys, let's get it started here. Week 6 on what's already been a revealing day here on the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We begin with a look at Syracuse, taking on the number 13 team, the Virginia Cavaliers.
Here he comes with the return. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the 3rd quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring drive.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here will be huge.
Well, another incompletion possession, and you can see the frustration building, but you got to give the defense credit. They came into this one knowing no one was giving them a shot because of their record, because of what their stats are on paper, but they're playing better football. They're playing with better effort, and right now they're making the most plays.
And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line. And the Trojans have it with a 1st and 10. Gonna run it. It's Jordan. Pickup of 5 is now 2nd and 5.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hand, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about it.
He makes the stop at the 33, but 10 yards on that play and a 1st down.
And that's a nice job by this offense. They got to find a way to continue to string good plays together. They've had a few, but they haven't put 3, 4, 5, 6 together, putting a drive like this together. Now, let's go pay this thing off and punch it in the end zone.
Goes out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the edge of the red zone right at the 20.
New running back, same result. Like, it's pretty clear what they want to do on the offensive side of the football. They want to dominate the line of scrimmage. They want to run the football, whether it's the starter or now the backup. They're going to establish that ground game. It's what they do. It's who they are.
Still looking. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
Quick give. It's Jordan. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on 1st and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, or maybe I stick to it for another play or two.
He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. The Trojans want to pick up the tempo. Turning to the running game here on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Trojans! And they take it in for 6 more points. Now the 2-point conversion attempt is coming. Looking to pass. It's Mayava. And that one is picked up in the end zone. Stopped at the 12-yard line, and he wanted that pick 6. He'll have to settle for setting up his offense.
2-point plays, the windows are very small to throw into. That time, he just tried to force it into a tiny window. It ended up being picked, and the offense comes away with no points.
Number 48, set to kick this one away.
On the move from inside his 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They come out for the first time in this second half. The lead a little smaller than when they went to the locker room, and they'll try to answer here. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
I like the idea on offense. You want to get this guy the football in as many ways as possible. So you throw him the screen quickly to see if he can make somebody miss. Doesn't work there, but that should not be the last time you run that play.
Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be 3rd down.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you could tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Big hit, knocks the ball away, and it'll force him into a fourth down.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, fourth down.
Looks it in at the 40. And he is knocked down immediately after the catch. That punt coverage team had its hair on fire. Here comes the Trojan offense ready to go on the attack. Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They've clearly found that, dude. They score here, we're in for a ball game.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Looking to throw, it's Mayava. Reels it in. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. And the Trojans want to crank the tempo. Push is ahead. He stopped short of the sticks. They're still in field goal range if they choose to kick it here.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping.
Converts on fourth down, and he's still going. Dragged to the ground, but not before. He's converted the fourth down to keep the drive going.
And that's a play the defense has got to be able to make, guys, right there on fourth down. You're in the third quarter, second half. You're playing at home, and it's a close game. You've got a huge opportunity to seize momentum. You just get the feeling that that momentum is going to be a big factor here in the second half. Someone had to step up and make a play. They just couldn't get it done.
Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Give to the running back. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
The Trojans are threatening on 1st and goal. Pulls it. He'll pitch it. Touchdown, USC! A Lazarus-like comeback is underway. Ready to try the point after. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. So that drive covered 40 yards and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. He'll start the return inside his 5. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. First play of this drive comes from the 27. Here's James Peoples to begin the drive. Stopped in his tracks. He got nothing. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there.
I feel like this guy's having one of those games. It happens maybe once in your life. He's just been open everywhere on the field. He's been lighting up the scoreboard. He's turning these defenders around. They just simply can't cover him.
Got some green grass. Got the first down. There he goes. 10. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. And a huge run from the back for 6.
Man, it's nice to have a running back that can do that. That makes everything else easy on offense. Hey, hand it to that guy, he makes a big play. Yes, please.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And it's finished off with that thrilling 56-yarder for the score. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Running inside. It's Jordan. Got room at the 35. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
And finally, we see a nice gain. That's his best run of the game. And this offense works best when he is going. And then you can throw the passing game and the play action, and there's more balance. So maybe that's a sight of things to come. Maybe they can get this thing going and get back in this football game.
And he picked up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come over, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want...
He'll take the deep shot. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, they're lighting up the scoreboard, guys, because this QB already has over 200 yards passing, and they're not going to stop at this point. They're having success. So the defense, somebody's got to step up and make a play the way that guy did just there. Ball thrown deep down the field. It's you versus the other guy. Who's going to win? Can the defense now turn this thing around?
They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Penn State on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Now just about ready to snap it to start the fourth. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, it's Mayava. They're all over it. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute. Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Looking to throw. They'll flip it out to the back on the screen. Not going to get there. Not going to get close as he's brought down at the 30. It's 4th down. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. And it's good! There is a flag on the play. Now, if this is on the defense, it might not change that much. Offense has already made the long field goal. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. Snaps it, and he has to have it. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. Breaks a tackle, and he might have room. Touchdown, Trojans! And here they come, almost all the way back.
Hey, man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again. And how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football, but here in the second half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a master class in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way. And you're right, in college football, we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now, clearly on their side.
Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. That last score the defense allowed made it a one-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. Straight ahead, it's Peoples. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on first down.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances. And that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
Holds and fires complete to the right. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play. The Nittany Lions come to the line with a new set of downs. Pickup of 8, it's now 2nd and 2.
All right, so not a home run play for the offense, but I do like the creativity, and I like how they're going to stress this defense and do it in less conventional ways.
They'll move the wide receiver. Turning it on. Touchdown, Penn State. They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point extends the lead to double figures at 10. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish it off with a touchdown toss from the 23. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. And the returner will be knocked down. Here comes the USC offense to get this drive underway. Giving up that last touchdown was an absolute killer. Now it's a 2-possession game. They must get something here. Stopped at the 24-yard line after the 10-yard gain.
And this offense is going to have to be aggressive, right? Down a couple possessions, got to continue to get these first downs, move quick, don't be in a hurry, but they've got to keep the accelerator down because they need some explosive plays.
With the catch, it's Bowman. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. And the Trojans come to the line in the hurry-up. Dropping back, it's Mayava. Makes the grab. At the 45 on his way.
You know, at this point of the game, guys, trailing the way they are late in the game, check-down throws are not going to get it done. You have got to be more aggressive in the passing game, and you're going to have to just start taking shots.
One big play can really flip the script of a drive. It's 1st and 10 from just outside the 30. Fresh set of downs going up top. Finds his back in the middle. He is wrestled down at the 17-yard line. They've got a first down in the red zone. The Trojans have pushed it inside the 20. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. He's got it on the move. Touchdown, Southern Cal. Somehow they fought all the way back, headed to one-possession game.
Well, they came into this one as the favorite, obviously, and they looked like they were sleepwalking in that first half. Whatever adjustments they made in the second half, I think one thing's pretty simple. David, they remembered who they were. Offensively now, they've come out. They've been electrifying. They've been lighting up the scoreboard. Defensively, getting the football back. This was the team we thought we were going to see at the very start of the game.
Man, it's so hard week to week, man. So many challenges, injuries, all the things that comes with it, and getting guys motivated, right? Like sometimes they just don't have that energy. Good to see them come out after the half with the energy, with the urgency. This is the squad we thought we were going to see.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Makes a move. He just about popped that one for a long one, but as it is, he gives his team a lot of momentum with a solid return. Penn State's offense comes onto the field ready to start the drive. That last score the defense allowed made it a one-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. Knocked down in the backfield, 2 yards behind the line.
The defense, obviously, at this point is trailing. They need to get the football back. They're expecting run. They know the offense is going to try and bleed the clock, so you got to be good at the point of attack. They were right there. They gave up nothing on that run.
Peoples again. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game.
This is a big pressure moment for the offense, too, because they've got the lead, but it's now 3rd down on their own side of the field. They would love nothing more than to be able to convert this, stay on the field, keep bleeding the clock. But the defense, I'd expect them to bring pressure here, trying to force the ball out of the QB's hands quickly.
We'll head to the 2-minute timeout. Tight ball game here, and this offense will try to milk the clock. This 3rd down play might be the last chance for this defense to stay in the game. The play fake. Just a short pass to the tight end. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down. They'd hope to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a 4th and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation in the game.
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. They'll go with Peoples. And he will not get there. How about this defense stopping that run short? Takes the handoff. It's Jordan. Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Looking for a man. It's Mayava. He's got the tight end. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a 1st down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Drops back on 1st down. Pressure's there and he lets it go.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now. If you're the play caller, certainly if you're the quarterback, you're going to have time to throw.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Out wide right, it's Weaver. Great job in this 2-minute drill as he gets out of bounds, keeping the clock on their side as they're trying to pull it out. And the Trojans with the 1st and 10. They're in the red zone and they'll pass it. Finds his big tight end. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend.
Man, and we have seen it in this game, even though his team is losing. This guy, time and time again, has been answering the bell. He's been throwing dimes all game long, and he comes up with another big completion there.
And defensively, I'm going to continue to think pass. They've trusted him all game long. He hasn't let them down. I'm playing for the pass. I'll react to everything else. And obviously, guys, this drive is critical. You're down, you've got to score. So with a couple of timeouts in your pocket, man, like, that changes the whole dynamic of this 2-minute drill. Like, I can work the whole field. And here coming up on third down, man, don't be scared to do that. Don't be scared to run it. Don't be scared to throw a screen to get some yardage to get a first down.
He caught it! Touchdown, Trojans! And inside a minute to go, and they've got the lead.
And they're able to score on a drive where they had to have it this late in the game, and they look to their playmaker on the outside to win that one-on-one matchup.
Big-time moments. Who do you trust as a quarterback? You could tell this was a big moment. He threw it to his big play wide receiver. He knew he would come down to it, and now the big play in the fourth quarter for the touchdown.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Dropping back, it's Beck. Under pressure. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat.
What a nice play by the defense. Not only get pressure, get the sack. Why is that big? The clock continues to run now. The offense is going to be in scramble mode. They're down, and they're fighting the clock.
They get the timeout called. 11 seconds remaining to play. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
And I'm so interested to see how this young man responds, man. Like, he has been really good all game long. Put up some big numbers, but now it's prime time. It's a big moment. Can he step up in this spotlight, make a big drive, make a big play for his team to maybe go win this football game?
Got to make the play on 4. Here's a throw downfield late. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. It's one thing to execute early in the game. Tight ball game, right at the end. You need the clutch plays. These guys deliver.
And you can't teach that gene. You have people that can focus in the moment, or they can't. Great job by the team, staying focused, understanding it's a close battle, win those one play at a time, and then look up, and then, heck, I got the win.
Yeah, David, they just had ice in their veins, and you can tell there's tremendous leadership on this football team. Guys can step up, and in the huddle, they can make sure that everybody else is focused to the task at hand in order to get the W.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis, saying goodbye, everybody.